her shine, her light on you, and just absorb it. This is for you to absorb. So please give it up real loud for Aitina, AI, the anomaly, Fareed-Cooke.
Check. I dip bristles in waters of orchestrated hues, and this poetry formed the Philharmonic Symphony right on the east side of the soil. That's it. It gave no life. See, they don't know nothing about that living water, embedded streams that severed strings, so that my soul could conceive a blank canvas. Yeah, I dance with dichotomies. I'm just saying, it's all art, ain't it? I've come to color Mondrian boxes with luminescence. I've covered walls with my murals, those my morals. Narrow strokes of a painter's pen. I've walked within these lines and they don't ever fail me. Perfect portraits of my imperfect choices. Poured familiar pigments. A Kodak of memories that could preach harmonious sermons. This frame is of a cocoa-covered black woman, dripping facts on them. Beauty of Babylon, a relentless jewel coated in gold. Okay, come grab my hand and fly with me into freedom's palace. Journey through my journal entries and find better days. Dripping from the fingertips of this grown woman. Dripping from the fingertips of this grown woman is my soul's acrylic. How y'all doing? I said, how you doing? Yeah. You like that? Isn't it smooth? Sometimes it's okay to be smooth. Is that okay? Y'all vibing? I love incense. Yeah, I'm gonna take my time. Devil real mad bought a switchblade. Stab me in the back, I ain't get face. I grew up in the gutter with a vendetta. Monkey on my sweater had a snake around my ribcage. Please, lyrically, I'm a menace. Hands down, trigger finger ready with the pin in. I know it's been a minute. Watching from the ceiling, y'all been sipping penicillin. Swimming with the villain in the river with the pink flames. Shit, sip slow, watch your grip change. Keep your eyes on your leader, pledge allegiance to the keeper of my soul. I'm just trying to keep a clip tame. Yeah, some falls and close calls. Matter of fact, I done dropped like a napalm. Yeah, brick walls, I done hit those. Through them trials, I was tripping, I would AWOL. I picked the fight, I lived, I tried. I gripped the knife, I ripped the picture, spit the heights, wish the most, lift the cloak. Gentle soul, respect to go. Get the dough, get that. Get that, get that, get back, get that, get back, get that, get that, get that. I come from the east side, the side where they said nothing good could come from. This is the good that came from that. East side, who from the east? Who from the east? Shout out to the east side. East side, east side, east side, yeah. I come from the east, the side where they see flaws, the side where they speed past, they keep going because this side is too foreign. This is the side where I learned to souffle a brick with dope boys who bought a medal for sis. I was a full-blown devil with kicks and some hood clothes. My God, look at what he done did. East side. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Make some noise. Sometimes you have to create the mood that you want. All right. Here we go. Who that little lady from the east side? Yeah. Who that little lady from the east side? Yeah. Who that little lady from the east side? AI to the anomaly. You say, who that little lady from the east side? Hey, hey, yeah, I'm from the east. The side where they see flaws, the side where they keep going. Windows up, speed past, the side maybe too foreign. Side where I learned to souffle a brick by dope boys who pull a metal persist. I was a full-blown devil with kicks and some hood clothes. My God, look at what he done did. Acrylic. Yeah, yeah. Our sound is, we having trouble with the sound. But it's all good. Y'all can hear me though, right? Time with it. Vibe with it. I've been sitting on these bars sipping fine linen. Ink spilling when I drop rhythm. Time ticking, gripping pistols, my metallic pencil. Lines given, iron winning, hit the cerebellum. Plot thicken, in the serum dripping, sick condition. Who you telling? Better not be COVID. 7 knots we open. Buried bonded 6 feet, reach deep, see? Finna learn you something. That's that burn you bumping. Flames, finna catch you up in. I'm fluid, touch the light. Ain't no match for youngins. AI only yay high, but flow by with the cross. Carry team like I'm AI. No verse, son. Mommy bars in the booth. Get your work done. Better not be tripping. You got juice? That's cool. I own the kitchen. So when you done with your cup, better wash them dishes, learn something, and teach something. Make a stack, take that, and flip that. Give it back, learn something, teach something. Make a stack, take that, and flip that. Give it back. If you don't work, don't eat, don't sleep till you get it. When you feel it, let it breathe. Yeah. How many freshmen we got out here? Good. Sophomores and seniors and juniors. I'm gonna take a moment real quick and talk to y'all really quick. You gotta understand, y'all know that I graduated from this high school. Unfortunately, it wasn't this. I wasn't in this building. This is really amazing what you have here. I was over on Clinton. You familiar with the Clinton building? Yeah. So we learned so much. I was going through so much in my life during the time that I was going to high school, which we can all relate, right? This is like that weird space when you're going through different things and you're trying to figure stuff out. Teachers are saying certain things to you, but you might have parents saying certain things. This is an interesting situation. My story is interesting, and it might relate to some of you all. When I was younger, I was taken from my mom and placed in a foster care. It was me, my sister, and my brother. My mom had some issues. A beautiful woman, very creative, had a lot of potential, but unfortunately, she had some situations in her life that she filled with drugs and substance abuse, right? So because of that, the effects of that affected us as children, so we weren't able to grow up with my mother. And then she passed away at a young age. She was only 24. Matter of fact, she didn't even make it to 24. I was only 3 when she passed away. So me, my sister, and my brother, we were in foster care. So growing up, I had a very difficult time expressing myself. It was told to me that I would be a failure to thrive, that I was emotionally handicapped and I wouldn't be able to succeed and to do the things that clearly I'm doing today. They messed up, clearly. But it was because of creative arts. It really gave me a voice. It was because of my faith as well. It gave me a voice. It gave me something to hold on to. So when I went to this high school, I learned about a lot of different things. You know, you have a lot of different stuff to get into, right? Let's talk to me. What types of things? What are your majors? Throw it out here. All right, shout out to the theater crew. I said shout out. Y'all not gonna make no noise for the theater. What about digital technology? Is that a thing? No, what is it called? Digital media communications? Got you. What about dance? Okay. What else do we have here? Art. You mean like visual art? Yeah, what else do we have? Is that it? So when I was going here, I kind of snuck into all of the different things because it was interesting to me. I was attracted to being able to express myself and have these different languages. I believe that art is a language and every medium is a different dialect. And so what I did was I ate on everything. And then today, I'm able to move through all of these things. I'm a successful artist. I'm grateful to be able to be that. I've been able to make a good living off of the creative arts. A lot of people will tell you that is not possible. It is possible. It's going to take some grit, grind, and grace in order to do it, though. You're going to have to build some muscle in order to do it. It's not just about the skill, though. It's about the discipline and the consistency that allows you to move through this whole thing. Because this is hard, but everything has a risk. You risk going into any kind of vocation, any kind of industry. I chose this risk. So yes, I do music. I'm a national recording artist. I get to travel and perform in different places. I was part of a Grammy award-winning album, so that's really dope. I was able to do multiple different videos and multiple different albums and things like that, so that's music side. And then video. I've been able to do many different videos and video productions for a lot of different companies, organizations, clients, and things like that. I built a business off of this thing. There's so much you can do. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Don't let nobody tell you, like, oh, you can't make a lot of money off of this. Please. I'm financially stable, okay? And that's because I learned how to understand money. A lot of times we're not taught that. We're taught, just put it out there. Buy what you want. You got money and you putting money out. You got to learn how to hold on to your money and make it grow for you. That's the key. So I've been able to really build wealth and be able to be financially stable. That's very key to make it in this space, all right? Now, when I came here, I did theater, I did some dance and things like that. But when I came here, I actually came here and auditioned for music. And I did piano. And I was in the band, orchestra, and stuff like that. I did a couple plays here. And so what I like to do is I like to incorporate the piano into my performance. Understand, whenever you have the stage, make it your own. This is like a house. I'm going to make it my own. So when I get over there, that's my little sanctuary. And so y'all can sit back, relax, and vibe while I play over there. Is that okay? I already knew it was okay. I ain't even had to ask, though, for real. All right. Anybody in here play the piano? Give it up for the piano player. This is one of the things that I learned. I always like to play it. I know those piano players out here, you have that one piece that you like to show off. Now, I haven't played this a lot, so it's not the greatest, but can I be vulnerable? Is that okay? Yes. Now I'm just freestyling. That's how you do in life. When you make a mistake, you just go ahead on and freestyle. Yeah, I didn't even know that though, did you? What y'all think? Think I'm still okay? I'm still okay? No, but listen to this. I got this song called Stay Safe. And I wrote it with a good friend of mine. It's like my brother. And through this creative process, it's very important to have a circle. It's so important to have a circle of good people around you so that they can hold you accountable. And when I say good people, I'm not talking about people that's going to tell you, oh yeah, you good, when you're really not good. trying to tell you, like, you know, what your behaviors are showing, it's not good for you, it's not healthy, but they're like, oh yeah, go ahead, go ahead. No, you don't need people like that. You need people who are going to tell you something that's going to sting you in the heart, but you know that it's coming out of love. So I keep that circle tight. So we wrote a song called Stay Safe, and in that song, it says gunshots, gun smoke in the air, got another one down, stay safe. Now, this is like a double entendre, right? It's literally, growing up on the east side, there was violence that was happening. There were gunshots, and there were people who lost their lives, and you have to stay safe. There's not always violence on the east side. There's also beautiful things, like neighbors that look out for you, right? We have neighbors that look out for us, right? We got to be honest about that. But also the metaphorical sense of the idea of gunshots, gun smoke in the air, it's like the system, right? The system to me was built, how it's built and designed. And a lot of times we find failures within that. It's a broken system, but sometimes I feel like it was made that way. So things that happen in life, whether it be poverty, whether it be low self-esteem, whether it be lack of resources, doubt, fear, all of these things to me are bullets. These are the things that can knock people down. And you've seen people who have so much talent and skill, but yet they're not going for it. Gunshots, gun smoke in the air, got another one down. I don't want to be that another one down. So I got to stay safe. How do you stay safe? You stay safe by staying focused. You stay safe by understanding what your values and beliefs are, sticking to them joints. You know, you stay safe by keeping a good mind and staying focused. You stay safe by recognizing, reflecting, and revising. Recognizing when you messed up and being okay, yo, I messed up. Then you reflect, how did I mess up? Why did I mess up? What's going on? What do I need to do and put in place? And then revise. All right, now that I know what I need to do, let me make moves and not make excuses. I need to stay safe. So when I do this song, when I'm saying stay safe, that's where I'm coming from. Y'all understand? Yeah. Y'all got it? Yeah. Word. Let's see. What we got? Yeah. Closed caption, so you acknowledge this. Closed casket, throat gashing, my pin game on contra clips. Ink on octopus, flow so aquatic this. Boatload of hope dope, quote smoke like Gondra, then go toe-toe. Brick roads, but the cold never stopped the itch. Frost on my nose, just expose all the conscious grit. Rose from the bottom where no fathers live. Just toxics and trauma tricks. They called us vomit kids. They slapped labels on our brownest skin. But by faith, look at this. My God, accomplishments. Enemies on opposite. Feet came on, gotta get. Fruit don't bear fruit. It's just rotten and honey dip. Cute how you think that you got knowledge here. He who knew you before you could acknowledge him. Yet they take shots at all my father's kids till you get gripped and deuce with a holy tip. Gunshots, gun smoke in the air. Got another one down. Gunshots, gun smoke in the air. Got another one down. Gunshots, gun smoke in the air. Got another one down. Yeah, stay safe, stay safe, stay safe, stay safe. Yeah, how y'all feel? All right. Oh, we already have a mic over here. That's great. All right, so next song real quick. It's called Free Money. A lot of times we do ridiculous stuff with our money, and I want to share some of the ridiculous things that we do and kind of break it down. Now, y'all familiar with these desks? I am. These desks look crazy. I remember back in the day, I was sitting at the desk and making beats. Y'all still do that? Dang, nobody do that no more. It's kind of wild. So, free money. Y'all ready? Nobody's ready. Yeah. That's how I used to write. Yeah. Netflix is like what? $10 a month? Times 12, that's 120. That's like buying lace fronts. Now tack on just how much it costs to get that done. 120 plus 150, round it up to 300. Now, you don't want to leave that in for more than a month. Let's say you do that 10 times. How much money you front? $3K for 1 year? Can you save that much? And just don't touch Or invested in something and take the profit and crop it and watch it harvest a bunch. While you moving and sitting, stacking your patience at work. We got more patience in relations that we don't know work. I'm just saying, what you waiting for? Stack that purse, that's free money. Yeah, that's free money. I got the key, yeah. That's free money. That's free money. How many of y'all be saving y'all money? Nope. I'm terrible at it sometimes. Alright. So look, this last song I'm gonna do is called Don't Eat Crow. Coming up, my adoptive mother would always tell me, don't eat crow. I never wanted to be humbled by things that I said that was off. You know, I don't want to take something that I know I can have better. If I say something, I want to make sure I do what I say I'm going to do. My adoptive mother, Aitina Fareed, she always taught me that there's one way to go, and that's up. You know, she taught me a lot of beautiful things. This woman is 91, still living, still kicking, and I learned a lot from her. And I always want to kind of incorporate her into my process. All right, so don't eat crow. Tell them we here now, yeah. Tell me, yeah. what are you gonna do, yeah. do? Lyrics on flight, gon' get your travel on. I unforgettable, call me Matador. This beat so blue, call it Avatar. James Cameron on my camera, the way your water flow. Titanic overflow, we go toe to toe. Aviator, I fly heavy on. That's Terminator. That's a dark fate, that's a dark phase, that can spark hate. I had dark days, that's winter season. Dark stage, this winter season. I attract pain, that's wealth, yo. I ignite change, yeah, that's growth, yeah. My mama said we don't eat crow, yeah. So, no, we don't eat crow. My mama said call up the folks, so go ahead and open the door. Y'all tell them we here now. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Gonna tell them we here now. Yeah. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I came from the sediment, dust in the crevices, diamonds and metals here, roll like an avalanche. It's cold, ain't it? Soul painted with a Van Gogh. That's screaming, that's pain. Where my medicine, I'm stretched out. I try not to spell again, but man, look. Devil came with a heavy hand, trigger happy, getting at me. Think he ready for war? Yeah, he ready. I ain't ready, but my mama said we don't eat crow. So no, we don't eat crow. My mama said call up the folks. So go ahead and open the door. Y'all tell them we here now. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Gonna tell them we here now. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? My mama said call up the folks. So mama said, go ahead and open the door. Y'all tell them we here now. After all the lies told, I unfolded the envelope of hope. Nestled in the trenches, I saw fate in the distance as I was attracted to the pendulum of the beautiful soft whispers of I can. Underneath the noise of you can't, I pushed past the impossible and made things shake. I am above the thrive. This is the height that I exist with. I am the anomaly. Anomaly? Yeah, that's y'all tell them we here now. Yeah. What are you gonna do? The question is, what you gonna do? What you gonna do with your talents, gifts, and skills? What are you gonna do? How you gonna make a difference? Do something for yourself. Do something that your family never did. When you look and see the culture and the community, the society that you're walking in, what you gonna do to make something shake? What you gonna do? If you can see me do it, of course, obviously, I feel like you can. But what happens when you have those moments where you feel like you can't? A lot of people may come into this space and step before you and sit with you and tell you, oh, you can do it. But they're not in your body. They're not walking with your shoes, with the things that you carry on your heart and in your mind. The question is, how do you do it? How can you do it? With everything that's going on in society, within different spaces, how in the world are you going to make it? That's my question to you. And this, at this point, is where I open up the floor to you. Let's talk. Understand where I come from. I do this because I feel like it's necessary. I give of myself because it's necessary. At the end of the day, all this glitter, all this glam, all of these different things, at the end of the day, what matters the most is where are you here? The reason I came here is because I really, truly want you to see that, yes, I came from this school. I came from this high school, and when I was coming here, I was broken. I was ashamed. I felt guilty. I felt less than. I didn't know who my father was. I was dealing with that stuff. I was struggling like crazy. And everywhere I looked, it just looked like it wasn't enough. And I knew I wanted more. I was tired of the labels, but I was coming here on empty. Coming to class on empty. Trying to finish papers on empty. 5-page papers, 10-page papers. On empty. But I pushed, I endured, and it was difficult. And I failed, and I messed up. I didn't do the best at times, but I'm still here. I made it through. I pushed through. I had circumstances that didn't feel good. I wanted to end it all, but I still pushed through. So I want to open it up. Let's talk. Let's talk. If some of you would like to come up, you could sit. That's usually what we do. You could sit right here. We could talk, and we can have this open discussion. Is that cool? Y'all like, I'm not coming up there. You can, whoever would like to come up, you are more than welcome to come on up, sit on the couch with me. I don't care. Come up, sit on the floor. Let's have a conversation. I know I came to perform, and I hope you enjoyed it. I really do. Thank you. But honestly, what's up? Come on, sit down, sit down. Honestly, this part is the part that means the most. This is the part that I think we need the most. So it's just me and you up here. This is what we doing. What's your name?
Natalia.
Natalia. So what pushed you to come up here?
Well, the school I was at was really racist. I went to a boarding school, and it was not it for me. Yes, there was theater classes there, but I wasn't emotionally tapped to it like I am here. And, you know, before I came here, I did reviews. I was like, I asked people that I knew came here, I was like, how is it there? They're like, it's good, and then they gave me pros and cons. But then I kind of realized that I shouldn't be listening to them, because if I wanted to come here, I'm going to do it. And I auditioned that year, and I ended up getting in. And coming to the school opened a lot of opportunities for me. I got a lot of business cards from when I did a public speaking contest, and yeah, and now I'm going to California. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, congratulations. Actually, me and my friend Joy, we wanna, she's right there. Do you know someone named Lorna C. Hill? Yes. Her speaking contest, me and her won 2nd and 3rd place, and we got a free, all-expense-paid trip to Los Angeles, California. Wow.
Lorna is, I was gonna say is amazing, was amazing, and I was actually in one of the plays that she did called For Color Girls, and so I had the privilege to be directed by her. She is a force, right? She's something else. I love her because she's so authentically herself, and like, man, she gave me so much wisdom, and so I grew so much from being on that production with her. So man, you got some good nuggets, I'm sure, from her, right?
I didn't know her personally, but from the stories that I've heard from her daughter now and her son, he said that she was really nice.
Talking about Curtis? Yeah. Dope. All right, so then we have I feel like you're so far away. Come on over here. Come on, you can sit there. I'll sit on the side. Got a mic in the crowd too, so if you guys want, I'm gonna sit right here. And like I said, if at any point you got anybody want to come up here, come on up. Don't feel shy or scared or anything. And if you do come up, you see that bench right there? Yeah, come on up. Oh. Come on, man. He did it. He made it. You made it. And don't be shy to sit on the floor, whatever you want to do. Come on, just come right on up. All right, so if you have any questions, those of you that are on this stage, you heard what I shared. I'm vulnerable. I put it all out there. I didn't give all the specific details, but I put it out there. So if you have any questions for me, please ask me, and I will give you whatever I can. Come on, don't feel shy. Come on over.
And I'm a vocal major. I'm a freshman, and my family, they're all musical artists, and they never fulfilled their dream as they wanted to because things always got pushed back. And my goal is like to fulfill what my family wanted to do, and I want to go to school for music, and I want to continue in music, and I want to improve and do the best that I can to fulfill that goal for them, and to live my dream as well, because that's something I've always wished for as a little kid. And I want to be able to grow and be more and reach for what I want. And it's like, and I really want to, but at times I feel like some things just set me back, and it's hard to keep on going, but staying strong and trying to like be there and continue, it's been helping.
Life is more life, a lot. And you just have to keep life with it. Life going life, and you got a life with it. And at the end of the day, as long as you know this is my goal, and no matter what, I'm going for it. Let me see if my first of all, I love that you shared, like there's sometimes things happen, that's never going to stop. If you shift your perspective to understand when things happen in your life, because it's going to happen, life is not going to be like, oh, you go ahead and let it easy for you. It's just the nature of the game. So if you look at those challenges and those circumstances and you say, let me see how this is going to add muscle to me. Let that be your motivation and say, oh, shoot, this is a big, crazy challenge. This is going to add so much muscle to me. And then the next time, you're going to be so much stronger because you don't know what you're supposed to become. You know what you want, but you don't know what the end is going to look like. So in order to get there and be the best you can be, you're going to have to go through some things. I didn't know that some of the things that I went through was going to make me strong to be in this moment to sit with you, right? I'd gone through some crazy stuff. And in the moment, I hated it. And it really, excuse me, but it pissed me off. Like, why me? Why I have to go through this right now? But man, if I could go back and tell that little girl, you're good. Just ride through it and cry through it, because there's nothing wrong with that. Stop thinking you can't cry through it and scream through it and ask for help through it. Okay? You can do it. All right? And y'all going to be dope in the end. Please, please take that from me. I'm telling you, I done been through some stuff. I done been through it. I haven't been through the things y'all went through, but I've been through what I've been through. And from my perspective, ooh-wee, it was rough. But man, I'm so grateful as to who I am today, man. I'm dope. I'm grateful for who I am today, and I'm grateful that I went through it to get here so I can sit with y'all. You feel me? Any other questions? Any other questions, right?
How did you have hope when you felt like giving up? Like, what really inspired you to just keep going even when you felt like you really didn't want to do it anymore?
I'm a realist. I'm a realist, so I'm not going to sit here and give you this like, oh, you know, I just dug within deep and I did these things. Sometimes when I didn't have hope, I just didn't have hope, and I moped around, and I felt weighted, and I felt depressed, and I, you know, lashed out, and I got in trouble, and I got suspended, and I got kicked out of a school, and I had to go downtown and get back into school. I had to go to an alternative school. I failed hard. I felt really, really hard. And it didn't feel good to fail, but I did. That's the truth of the matter, right? At the time where I was your age, hope, it wasn't there. But now that I'm over here, just like what I just said, now that I'm on this side, I can come back and tell y'all, use it as your energy. Build on yourself. It's like me coming from the future to tell y'all, whatever it is that's weighting you down, and you feel hopeless, it's gonna feel bad. Ride through it magnificently, please. Because if I'm here and I'm out here doing what I'm doing, coming from where I come from, I told you I was labeled a failure to thrive. I come from a woman who had substance abuse and she died from it. They said I wouldn't be able to thrive. But look, so I'm coming here to tell you, you're gonna feel that lack of hope. You're gonna feel that deep pain. But remember what I'm saying. How can this add muscle to me? Stop looking at it like, oh man, just, you know, I guess I just can't. No, yes you can. Yes you can, because you're here. You have birth and you have death and you have the dash in between. This is your dash. You make what you need to make happen within your dash. Do you understand? Question? You had one?
How did you do, like, what you did to get here? I know, like, that you said that you struggled and everything, but what did you do? Did you have connections? Did you have to go places?
So while I was in high school, there was this program. Remember I said I went to the one that was on Clinton? Right down the street from Clinton, what's that community center? Y'all know? Yes, the JFK. That was my sanctuary at that time. There was a program called Yo Buffalo, Youth Opportunity Buffalo. And at that program, I learned these other skills. The skills is what really kept me moving forward. I'm talking about communication skills, public speaking skills. They had a program there that taught me about video productions. Remember, I came here for music, so it wasn't my major to do video productions, but I was able to learn from that. I learned about photography, and through those things, I realized I could do something. Like, I have something special in here. And that gave me hope to be able to hold on to those types of skill sets. It's the creative arts because it has a language within it. There's that emotional language that you need. So that kept me moving forward. But then it was opportunities. Y'all know y'all have those teachers and counselors that, like, you know, kind of uplift you. I hope so. Coming from here, you have those teachers that say, you know, you got it. Like, you're not doing good today. I'm gonna need you to get it together. So those teachers and mentors, they were in my life, motivating me and pushing me. They saw potential that I didn't see, but I believed them. And so I kept going, and they kept giving me opportunities. I traveled in my teens. I was able to go to other places. If you can, I encourage you, because what happens is you see more than just Buffalo. Sometimes when we're in one space that we grew up in, it's like, it's nothing else, it's kind of this, that. When you go outside of this city, I can't wait till you go to LA. It's gonna be beautiful. I love going there. You are able to see a whole bunch of other opportunities. So it was community that kept me pushing. It was like the teachers, the mentors. It was really those types of things that got me to where I am today. Other questions?
It was very. So my question to you is, I have two. So the first one is, if you had one thing that you want to say back to your high school self, what would you tell her? And I'm a person that has a lot of the arts and stuff, so I like drawing, I like filming, I like a little bit of music, I like to do everything. What's one thing that you do to keep track of all of your arts in one person?
goodness. So I mix and mingle with a whole bunch of things. I'm a multi-disciplinary artist, and I made a choice that that's okay. Because some people would say, you got to pick one. Nope, I refuse. I rebelled against that. The first question you asked, what would I tell my past self, basically? You know, I get that question a lot, and I think about it because I see where I am now. I'm like, what? I wouldn't necessarily want to not go through the things because it made me who I am. It was tough and difficult, but it made me who I am, so I have no regrets. But I would probably tell her, like, keep your head up. You know, keep your head. I would be telling her what I'm telling y'all. Like, whatever you're going through, it's going to build muscle. You'll be okay. Then the next thing you said, how do I keep track of all of these things? I had to step back and understand what my strengths and weaknesses were, right? What I was strong in, I want to continue to participate in that ride. And what I'm weak in, I want to learn. But that's where you start to connect with people. Remember I was talking about the circle? You have to have a tight circle. While you're here, don't forget that this is a network. Y'all all are going to be successful artists. Y'all have to work together in order to build together. Look at this stage. Imagine starting a company together. That's strong. So I had to build the different people within me. She had that look, I don't know. I feel you. It's difficult working with people. Trust me, I know. But it's those people that have strengths that you're weak in. You need to have that as a tight circle around you. I had to get someone to help me be organized because I'm a creative, and I'm the type of creative that can be all over the place and unorganized, to be honest. But because I can be honest about that and vulnerable, I know what I need. So you got to discover yourself to figure out what you need, who you need, and when you need it. Did I answer your question? Cool. Any other questions out there? Any other questions on stage? Got your word.
Wait, this is okay. So I'm not sure if someone else already asked this before because I came a little late, but knowing how like you've had all these experiences and connections that you've made, how long did this overall take for you to finally figure out?
I'm still figuring it out. But I tell you what, where I am today, like I feel confident about it, it took years. It took years. Mind you, I'm giving my age away even though I look young. I look young, I'm just saying. But I've been doing this for like 20 years. When I say this, working within the creative arts in many different capacities, whether it be music, performing, theater, poetry, education, and all of those things over time. So it took a long time. Now, I hope that that doesn't discourage you all. I'm not saying it's going to take you 20 years. I had really great moments throughout those 20 years where I felt like, man, I made it. And I'm like, oh, I need to work on some things. Man, I've done better. I've built more. It's a ladder. It's a progress. And you have to be down for the ride, okay? You got to be down for the ride. A lot of times you may see this and be like, man, this is what I want to do. I don't know how I'm going to do this. This is going to take forever. Just because you see this doesn't mean that it's easy. This is not easy. This is difficult because it's life. You know, so take the ride because you'll learn so much. All my experiences, I learned so much throughout it.
So when it comes to like having to like recollect and like fix yourself, a lot of people, they happen to realize how difficult it is and they go, oh, this is too hard, and they just back down on it.
Right, absolutely. It's too hard. We could say it's too hard for a lot of things.
But that's the thing, it's supposed to be hard. If you can't feel the pain of having to fix yourself, how are you supposed to grow?
All right now, let's snap it up. That was good knowledge. Okay. It's true. You see what I'm saying? It's definitely true. We have questions on the stage?
So my question is, as like a multidisciplinary artist, how do you know if something like isn't your space versus if you're just having challenges and you're growing through it?
I
I think like both can be true. It could be not your space, but also a challenge. Remember, I mentioned 3 words. I don't know if you remember. I said a whole bunch of words. But recognize, reflect, and revise. When you're working through projects, even like right now at school, when you have these group projects, which I know can be tough, when you're working in a certain capacity, you have to be open. This takes a journey of discovering yourself. When I say that, you have to really think about how you're dealing with things. Like, how am I dealing with working with a team? Is this difficult for me? Why is it difficult? Is this actually what I want to do? It's not. Okay, that doesn't mean give up because you're part of a team. That is your position. Work through it because you still can learn. It's a matter of being open to self and paying attention to what you're doing to be able to evaluate and say, you know what? Yeah, I might not take that position again, but guess what? You know how to do it. I would say you have to push yourself to try to, in a sense, not necessarily master it, but try to understand it enough because it's going to add tools to your toolbox. Now, when you get into a situation where you're like, this ain't for me. If it's a situation where you have to see it through and know what you need to do next time. You know what I mean? Did I get the answer?
Hi, my name is Natalie. I have very unique experiences going on in my life, and I have found like beauty and like ways that I can express myself with that through my films and stuff. And I'm still finding a balance of balancing my art and my personal issues that can interfere with that. So have you found a balance, and how do you balance that?
So this question leads me to my own personal journey, which for me is through my faith in God. And so because of my faith in God and the principles that I have at that foundation and what I feel that faith in God provides as far as loving my neighbor as myself, being charitable, having love, and I'm talking agape love, which means unconditional. So regardless of what it is that's happening, because I love you, because you're human, I'm going to do the best that I can for you. I'm going to try to hold space as much as I can for you because I love you. That's love. It doesn't have to be like a relationship and intimate. It's I love you because you are me. You know, you are my neighbor. If I'm going to treat myself with respect, how dare I treat you disrespectfully? You know what I mean? So I'm going to give what I get. So what I would like to get, the foundation becomes strong. I'm strong and secure in that. You know how you put a seed in the ground and the roots grow? What are your roots grabbing? And whatever your roots are grabbing, it should be able to bear good fruit. Okay? So that is like how I stay level-headed. I understand what I want and I understand who I am, and I need that to reflect. If it's not reflecting, then I need to check myself. What's going on in me? Okay. Or is it a they problem? And if it's a they problem, I don't have to change my character to just because it's a they problem. Because I'm secure in the root, which is my faith. And then the next thing is family. For me, family is so important. And I'm pretty sure you know why. Because I come from displacement. I come from the foster care system. I come from not knowing my mother and not knowing my father. And through that, it has taught me to understand love and understand the impact of family. So it's important to me. And so I invest my time in my son and my daughter and my husband. I've been married for 13 years. And they're the ones that motivate me. I know I have to do good because they're counting on me. And then the next thing is community. Community keeps me rooted. Of course, I need to give back. If you look at nature, nature gives us unconditionally. It gives to us every day, regardless if we throw trash on the ground, that grass that grows, the trees that move and shake is giving us something selflessly, right? And that's what I want to do within the community. So I hope I answered that question. I mean, that was a lot I gave. But faith, family, and community is what really keeps me balanced.
Hi, my name is Jasper, and I was going to ask. I remember remember you sat here and said that you were really depressed when you were younger. Did you ever go through like the period when you were sitting here, like you were just getting better, and it was kind of like you sat here and you lost yourself, like you didn't know what you wanted to do in the future. You didn't see no point in the future. It was kind of just void. And how did you get out of that?
There was a lot of moments in my life where I felt that, and I want to say it kind of makes sense. That's the response. You know, the response to things that are feeling hopeless is to feel hopeless, but you have to shift it in yourself. In those moments, like I said earlier, like it was just tough. I went into a dark space in my late teens, and I decided, like, I don't care, I'm gonna just do whatever. And believe it or not, like you see me today, you're not gonna believe what I say right now, is that I was in the street, like doing foolishness to myself and to other people. I was a detriment to my community, and I knew that I could do better, but because I gave up on myself, that's what I did. When I recognized that this is not what I want, because internally, deep in there, I feel like we're all good people. We just go through things that really mess us up, right? So when I recognized the place that I was at, I said, I don't want this. Now, did my behaviors change? No, I still did foolishness. For me, and I'm not saying this to say, you should do this. No, do not do this, in a sense. When I got pregnant with my son, is when I made a conscious choice and realized that I need to make a change because now someone is depending on me. Now, what I would tell you in that, because I wanted to be a better mother than I had, you know? I wanted to give my son the best that I could. So I went back to school and I started to work hard on myself. Because I went through that, I can now come back and tell you, you're the dependent. You're depending on you. So take care of yourself. Handle yourself with the care that you feel like you need. Don't accept depression. Just understand that you have a moment and it's sadness. Try to figure out where that sadness is coming from. Is it something you can change? Or something you can push and persevere through? Take care of yourself as if you're the baby that you have. If you have a mom and dad that is not just all over the place, or whatever the case is, or they right there. They're present, but not present. Cradle yourself. You're your own dependent. Take care of you. Do what you need to do to get through. Okay? Did I answer your question? Cool.
So, what would you say your favorite part of working like in the arts with like others and like in the community today would be?
Working with dope people. Like the people you see surrounded. We got Carolina Blue who engineers the music. Amazing. Like we got Alex with the camera. We got and everybody I work with owns their own businesses. These are not employees. These are partners, people who come together to be dope and creative at what they do. We have Kelvin somewhere around here. Shout out to him. And this is just a section of the team. We also have Isaac, my son, who works within the company as well. And then I have a friend in California who does communications for us. We have, I have someone in UK who does graphic design, and I built a relationship with him. And we have Alonda and a whole bunch of other people. To answer your question, I surround myself with dope people that aren't only dope at what they do, but they're just really good humans who care about me, care about themselves and their families. And so that's the dopest part. I mean, obviously, it's great to perform and all of those things and create amazing things. I would say another thing is being able to amplify the voices in the community. So we create video productions or, these visuals and documentaries to capture the essence of the community. Like, that's dope to me, being able to spotlight individuals who are amazing at what they do in our community. Like, I love being able to do that. And then another thing I like is when I do exhibitions. So I've done a lot of different exhibitions where I showcased work, photography, film, and poetry. I said, look, I'm all of this, so I'm doing it all. So when I do that and I step back, step inside of that space, and I see a variety of people, a diverse group of people, multi-generational, all of that, it really is dope. Because people who don't look like one another are able to talk to one another and share a language with one another through art. So those, I would say those are the dope things about what I do.
So I'm obviously not a very confident person. It took me a long time to be able to get on this stage. So my question to you is like, how did you manage to build your confidence to not only be able to like produce art, because you can produce art, but you don't have to put yourself out there, but to like put your name and put your face and put like fully 100% yourself into what you do and what you create?
Yeah, I like that question. And you say, obviously, I'm not confident. Take that out of there. Go. You came up here. We came up here. You know, I'd say there was a moment, and this moment is like, it wasn't like in my teens. It's like, as I got older, like an adult, I gave up, and I'm not saying I'm all the way there. It's a journey. I'm journeying through this. I'm journeying through this. I'm not all there, y'all. I'm not perfect. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. I'm not perfect. I'm just an imperfect human that's moving and shaking. Come on in. When I realized that I'm this human being and I have something to give. We all have something to give, and I felt that it's my responsibility to give it. What society does in Western culture, and you know, for some reason, kind of builds this anxiety, especially now where we're on social media and all of that, and we're scrolling through trying to see like who's doing this, who's doing that, and we're comparing ourselves all the time. It's kind of, and excuse me for saying this, I don't want you to feel as though I'm saying that this is you. I say this is me too. I scroll through and like, man, they're doing it better than me. It motivates me now, but it used to discourage me. When you start to give up on trying to prove something to other people, and you give up trying to compare yourself, and you just be you. They're being them. Be you. Because that's all we have. There's nobody else like you. I need you. I don't need like a version of somebody else that you're creating. No, I need you, authentically you. Y'all, we need all of these voices. Because whatever you've gone through, whatever you're dealing with, we need that perspective, because that perspective is going to build us up as a community and a society to do better. When you grasp that and let go of all of that anxiety, it will build your confidence. Now that is a ride that's going to take time. Because you actually have to remind yourself on a day-to-day basis. When you discover, yo, I'm me. I'm just doing me. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that will build your confidence as you go throughout life. That's a difficult, I can't do it for you. You have to click it on and say, you know what? Let me do it. Let me be me. Okay?
So I wanted to ask about like the feeling of displacement. Like you're somewhere and you just feel like you're not supposed to be there at all. What do you do about that?
So I still feel this way, believe it or not, at times. Trauma is an interesting thing that it occurs and then it affects you, and it affects people in different ways. So I still sometimes feel that feeling of displacement. And once again, recognize, reflect, revise. When I see myself like, oh, this is a feeling of displacement. Why do I feel this way? Is it something that I can control, or is it something that I can't control? Whatever is kind of leading me to that feeling. And then I'm reflecting, okay, what happened? What are the triggers that got me here? Triggers, by the way, triggers don't have to hold you hostage. When you say, this is triggering me, don't stay there. Okay, it's triggering you and what? It's gonna hold you up. You know, remember I said gunshots, gun smoke in the air? Got another one down? Don't let it have you down. Stay safe. So when you feel those feelings like, okay, I feel triggered because of this. I feel triggered because of that. But you have to build your toolkit. You got to build your toolkit. If you know that these things trigger you, then you need to build up. What am I going to do when I get triggered if this happens? So when you do get triggered and you feel displaced or you feel whatever, insert whatever situation, whatever issue, have a toolkit for yourself. Like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go and sit by myself because I feel overwhelmed. I'm going to go and write this down because that allows me to get it out. I'm going to go make a song. I'm going to go dance and just dance wildly by myself. I'm going to go talk to this person because they make me feel a little better. I'm going to go and release these feelings because it has to go somewhere so that I can revise the moves that I'm making to be better. Why? Because we need you to be better. The community needs you to be as best as you can. Flaws and all, you feel me? So if you ever feel that way, go through allow yourself to go through that process. Recognize, okay, I feel displaced. Reflect, how did I get here? Okay, all right, word. That's not gonna stop me though. And then revise, this is how I'm gonna move now. Feel me? Okay.
My name's Nero, and I wanted to know how you get out of writer's block.
That happens often. What's dope is for the multidisciplinary artist, this doesn't, yeah, it still happens, but we can go to these other sources to gain something. I would encourage you to once again, recognize, reflect, and revise in everything. You have writer's block. Why do I have writer's block? You could be tired. Something might have happened. You might have gotten distracted. Or maybe you're procrastinating. Or something might have happened where it's like, this is a block. And then reflect. Okay, usually when this happens, if I get up, literally, sometimes just this motion kind of gives you some energy. Go outside. Go to the park. Have a conversation with someone else. Go to the art museum, if you can. Walk around the block if it's safe. Do these different types of things to energize yourself. And sometimes it may mean to put the project to the side. Unless you have a due date, you're just going to have to get it done. But sometimes you just have to allow yourself to have another outlet and something else to happen for you. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. Writer's block is going to happen. It's not going to go anywhere. You just have to build the toolkit to figure out what to do in those moments. Sometimes you just need to take a nap.
Okay, another question. So I remember you saying something about working on something and saying, oh, this is not working for me. So what if you're like working a business or like doing stocks or like trying to do something for yourself and you're saying, hey, this is not working. Should you, and you've been doing it for like a long time, should you scrap it or should you keep going?
I wouldn't scrap it. I have notebooks upon notebooks upon notebooks of ideas that are really great ideas, and I don't think I'm gonna ever have time for those ideas to see the light of day. But I have them though, they're there. And sometimes opportunities come along and I'm like, ooh, this fits into this situation. So I don't know if I would scrap it more than just parking lot it, put it in the parking lot. And then there may be an opportunity where it can come out again. But once again, the 3 words, just recognize, reflect, revise. Y'all gonna get sick of that, but I'm telling you, you can apply it to, clearly, you can apply it to a whole bunch of different things. Because I get it. There's things that it's like, this is not working. Sometimes it just don't work. There's some grants that I went after. And grants, we all know what grants are. That's free money. I don't want to say free money to some extent. It's money that's given to you that you can utilize in order to do a project where you didn't have to come up with the money yourself. So I've learned how to navigate through the grant process so that I would not go to my pockets, but I go to, these resources.
There's some grants that I went after and I'm like, you know what, this is not working for this situation like I thought it would. It's kind of like the scientific method. You have a hypothesis, you think something is going to go a certain way, then you start moving through it and like, oh, this is not going the way that I thought it was going to go. So either you have to like go through the process and try to pivot and creatively problem solve to figure out, is there another angle that I can go through this to get to the, the hopeful point? So you can do that as well. Thank you. You're very welcome. Any other questions? Yes.
So, I just wanted to know, have you ever had someone tell you an idea you had was dumb or stupid, and you just gave all hope up on it, and how did you get through that?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things. It goes back to what you said over here, where you were having a confidence, and then I was saying how you have to be you. Someone telling you, so let's look at it as criticism. This is criticism. Then you have to figure out, is this constructive criticism? Or is this you just criticizing what I'm doing because it's something that's going on that's a you problem? Remember I said that's a they problem. Now, that doesn't mean you have to shift your character or be disrespectful. That's a their thing. You can still be you. I'm gonna still be respectful. When people come along and you said they basically trash a project, oh, that's trash. You have to listen to what it is that they mean by that. You have to understand the individual that you're dealing with. Do they have enough skill in what you're doing to give you what you need in order for you to make what you're doing better? If they don't, then, oh, okay, all right, thanks. Thanks for that feedback, right? And I know that's hard to say, because that's not well, it is feedback. It's not good feedback. Or sometimes you can ask them to be specific. So you said my project was trash. What was trash about it? Usually, they're like, oh, because, you know what I mean? No, I don't. I don't know what you mean. Yes, elaborate on this trashness that you speak of. Asking the specific questions, because and then sometimes you have to ask, are you in a position to help or to heal? Is your criticism constructive? Are you giving me something that's going to add value to my project? Because that's going to throw them off. Oh, what you mean? Yo, you too deep. Yes, I am, because this is a project that I care about. So you let me know, is this going to work for me or is it going to work against me? If somebody cares about you, they're going to give you context to what you're saying, okay? And sometimes people care about you, but they just don't know how to put it in words, So you just have to recognize what you're dealing with, you know what I mean? Now, really quick, I do want to say, yes, I performed and things like that, and I have things that I can share. But we have Carolina Blue, who has a lot of expertise as well. And so if any questions that you have, he is a producer. He's not only a producer, he is, a father, a husband. He has done a whole bunch of different projects. He's done music for Griselda, music for a lot of different artists, Grammy Award winning artists, and he has a lot of knowledge too. So if you're a music major and you have questions, you can ask. The other thing that I wanted to say too was, I have no idea what timetable we're on, so whoever's out there that knows where students need to be, and if we're going over, please let me know, because I don't want to hold you all up. I want to be respectful. 5 minutes. All right, that means we need to wrap it up. I know, and I could come back too. I can come back and sit and chill and talk as much as I can. Any other questions? I think we can maybe take one more. And if you don't mind, if there's anyone in the audience, because we haven't really heard from the audience, is there anyone out there that has a question? You look like you have a question. You know you do, because I saw your hand go like this. Do you? Okay. Anyone else? I can't see any other hands. So if that's the case, then I will give it to you to ask.
Mine was kind of similar to hers, but it's slightly different. So, when you're creating a project and it's about your community, whether it be like neighborhood or like personal issue, and it's a small community, you're trying to bring awareness for it, no matter what it is. And that's just what you talk about the most. And someone comes after you and like says, "Oh, can't you do something else? Like you do that too." What do you do?
I just do that too much. That's who you are. That's you. You're doing what you felt led to do. And sometimes people will say, "Well, why don't you focus on this?" It sounds like you might have a project idea to do. And a lot of times people they love what you do and they say, "Oh, can you do this for these people? Or can you do this for them?" And it's like, well, this is what I wanted to create. And if you see something that's important to you, by all means, the world is out there. You can do it. You stick to what you feel like is the most important. Because the moment you get off to try to do something that someone else is giving you, is the moment you stray away from the true, authentic artist that you are. Now, I'm not saying to be closed-minded, because it's beautiful to consider. Like, you know what, that's a great idea. And maybe you think about it, like, how do I integrate this into what I do? And if it works, dope. You added value to what you're doing in your project. But if it doesn't, and it doesn't move you or motivate you, why? Why spend time? We need to be where we need to be in this space, on this earth. We need to do what it is that we need to authentically do as artists, okay? All right, so those are the questions that I can take. I feel like, yes, we need to wrap it up. I really appreciate y'all. I hope this has added value to you. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I will be sticking around for a little bit if you want to ask me questions directly. I have a couple of shirts and CDs on that table. Be kind and calm. They're for you. Take one of something. Just don't rush to it and go all wild is all I'm saying. So if you want a CD, if you want a shirt, feel free to take one. I'm going to give it over to Miss Aisha, right? What do you guys call her, Miss G?
That was incredible. I want to thank everyone who was brave up here to ask your questions. I loved everyone coming up. I appreciate everyone in the audience who was being good for that. So thank you for having Aitina AI, the anomaly here, and then seniors hang around. We're going to do a little more intimate Q&A, all right? And then we're about to go into fifth period. All right, thank you.